Welcome back to another episode of Bariatric Banter Podcast 51.
What?
One.
Crazy.
I know, so
Crazy.
exciting. So exciting.
Crazy.
We did a matinee Monday last week, so we're
Mhm.
actually coming at you guys back-to-back weeks, which is exciting, but we did a matinee Monday just to relive kind of the glory days and share some of our favorite episodes, and we're
The
gonna do that
glory
occasionally.
days. Yeah.
Especially as, like, Steph has started a new job. My job has somehow just ramped up exponentially, and also it's the summer and we have vacations coming up, so every now and then we're gonna
We've
re-release
got new followers, and so it's good
a
to
lot.
bring some of that stuff back because I'll be honest, when I go onto podcasts and Spotify or wherever I'm listening, I don't always go back to the beginning. I just kind of jump in. So I think it's nice sometimes to either give people a reminder or if you're a little bit more new here and you missed out on the beginning stuff, it's good to kind of
Yes.
take it back and do a little refresher every now and then. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And
Hopefully
that's all it is.
hopefully those of you who didn't hear it or hadn't heard it before enjoyed it.
Yeah, and some people haven't, right? Some people haven't gone all the way back. Some do. It's really funny because somebody asked me this the other day. I said, "Oh, I just started watching said TV show." I honestly can't remember what TV show I was talking about, but I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm watching this TV show." And they were like, "Oh, what do you think?" And I was like, "Sometimes I start at the end and work
And
my
then
way
go
to the
back.
beginning of the series because I don't
Totally.
know, I like it that way." I did it with my favorite podcast ever, which is How Did This Get Made is my absolutely favorite podcast. I
Yep.
should say ours, but
Somebody else
no.
just recommended
It's How
that to
Did
me
This
the
Get
other day
Made?
too.
Oh my
Obviously
god,
ours is a
I
favorite. We'll
need
say second
you.
favorite. Yeah, I was
Okay,
talking to
second
somebody at
favorite.
work and they gave me like a couple podcasts that they enjoy and that was on the list, but I have not checked it out yet.
Okay, so if
I'll
I can
check it
just
out.
like they don't sponsor us, but like if you guys want to email them and tell them to How Did This Get Made is like
Yeah.
3 actors in Hollywood and you'll know them from things. It's June Diane Raphael, uh Jason Mantzoukas, and Paul Scheer, and you'll know them from different shows,
Once
like,
you see them.
um, Jason Mantzoukas does a lot of voice acting in Big Mouth, sorry. June Diane Raphael is the daughter in Grace and Frankie, the blonde daughter.
Yeah, okay.
She's
I know who you mean
awesome.
now.
And then, uh, Paul has just been in, like, basically every movie you can imagine. He is somewhere in there. He was also really big in the TV show The League, which was kinda funny. It was like, I think it was like a fantasy football team thing, but they're comedians. They got together because they loved really shitty bad movies, and they're in the industry, and they decided to make a podcast about how in the hell did these movies get made. And they approach it from, like, here are the plot holes, here's what's weird, and it's really funny and like how much money did it bring in and like would you recommend it, and they do like some of the craziest like Sylvester Stallone doing a cowboy
Oh.
musical movie. I'm not
What?
kidding. Yeah, oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. And then they also do all the Fast and the Furious movies, not as a bad movie, but because they desperately love them. And I am here for the Fast and the Furious podcast digestions because they're great. And they bring on guests like Seth Rogen, the guy from Parks and Rec, the husband from Parks and Rec, whose name escapes me now.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
I
it
know who you mean.
Adam?
Yeah. I know
Is
who
it
you mean, but I
Adam
can't think of
Scott?
it.
Adam
Adam
Scott.
Scott?
Um,
Yeah.
the girl from Nailed It, the cupcake show. She's been on a few
Yeah.
episodes.
Oh, nice.
Her
Okay, I'm
Nicole
gonna check this
Byers.
out.
Really funny.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
check
if
it
you
out.
guys haven't, like, I listen to this when driving, and
Yeah.
I have laughed literally out loud multiple friggin' times.
Okay, I'm gonna add
Such
it
a
to my
good
list because
podcast.
I've got I've got some driving into town, and I've got work travel coming up, and I'm gonna be on the train and the
Yes.
plane and the whole
Yes, yes,
shebang.
yes.
So
Mm,
I will add it
mm,
to my
mm.
list. I'll
'Kay, I
check it
love it.
out.
I
Okay.
love it. Yeah, one of my faves. Love it.
Okay.
I've also been listening to the Harry Potter audiobook, so I'm sorry if anybody
Nice.
is offended
Nice.
that we listen to Harry Potter.
Who's gonna be offended that we listen to Harry Potter? And I'm
I can
sorry, but if they're offended that we're enjoying Harry Potter, then I'm sorry, but you can go. I
It's
watch
not
them all the time.
not the Harry Potter, it's that people are so against JK Rowling that they're like,
Jeez.
"How can you give them money?" And I get it, like, I'll respect your decision not to. I can't help it. The full voice
Yeah.
acted audiobooks from
Yeah.
Audible are 100% worth the money. Pay the 14 whatever it is a month and get into these fully cast acted
Okay, I didn't
background
know that they were, like, cast acted. I thought like, it was
dude.
just an audiobook.
No, 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 the fully cast acted, like, we're talking, the guy from House, Hugh Laurie is
Yeah, yeah.
Dumbledore, Keira Knightley is Umbridge, The
Okay.
guy from
See, I
Game of
didn't know
Thrones,
this. Look at
MZ
all
is
the things I'm
Lupin.
learning.
Oh, okay, so I've gotten into it. I'm on book 5 already, let's not talk about it because each
Okay.
of these is like a 42-hour book, but
My gosh.
I have just been putting it on and walking. Like, just go, 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 enjoy this warm weather, get out there. I'm trying to get back into 5K a day minimum. I'm allowed to have a rest day, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
at least every day go and walk 5K
Dude,
straight, not
rest days are important.
there.
Rest
And
days are
we
important.
we both have been exhausted recently.
You don't say.
So
You
fighting
don't
through the
say.
exhaustion fighting through that exhaustion is hard. It's
Yeah.
really hard. I had somebody reach out because 'cause I'm trying to go to a bunch of gym classes, and I'm doing
Yeah.
well. I will recap everyone on
Yes, you
those
are.
soon.
Yeah.
But then I had someone reach out and say like, "Oh, I had every intention of going, but I can't." And she's feeling bad. She's like, "I'm gonna be really honest, like I had all these big plans to go to the gym X amount of days and blah, 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 and like I just haven't gone." And I was like, "Well, there's nothing to feel bad about. That's normal. Most of us go through that." But my advice to her was, if you think you're gonna wake up and just feel full of energy and super happy to go to the gym,
No,
that's never
that's
gonna
not gonna
happen.
no, it's not realistic.
More often than not, you're gonna wake up and go, "I don't wanna do this." Like, I physically don't want to go.
I feel like that for every
Um
workout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. I don't wanna be like a Debbie Downer and have people go, "What?" There are days where the sun is shining and the weather's
yeah,
nice, and I go, I'm pumped to go for a walk right now." But that's typically not my workout, that is just my, "I'm going to walk every day." There are like, it could be the best summer day ever, and I'm gonna be like, "I don't wanna go to the goddamn gym and work out for an hour or go for a run," or like, I don't. And more often than not, it is me pushing myself to get out
to
there and
do
do
it.
that.
Yeah,
Even though I post on social how happy I am and because I am after. That I'm not lying about.
100%.
The beginning, I don't wanna do. The after, that's true. Me being like, "Whoa, I finished a 5K," or "Holy shit, we just went for a 2-hour walk. Whoa." Like, I genuinely do feel like, "Whoa,"
After.
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 So the
Yep,
rule I gave her was, you need to at least start the activity for 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes, if you still genuinely are like, "I don't wanna fucking do this," then you can bow out, and you can be like, "Okay, I'm done." But you can't make that decision before you actually start doing the activity because
mhm,
running, walking, going to the gym, working out, it's
yep,
all mental. It's
totally.
100% a mental game. Yeah,
It's
and just like
there's
eating well.
yeah, there's been times where I'm excited for a workout, like, if it's a group thing or I'm doing something with somebody or whatever, it's something fun, like, I love going to Zumba, but there's still, like, yesterday before, during the week, I was so excited leading up to Tuesday, and I was like, "Yes, Tuesday Zumba night. I have so much fun at Zumba, and I love it, and it's great, and da da da." And then all day yesterday, I was like, just all I could think about was, "I'm so tired. I don't want to go to Zumba. I can't make it till 7 o'clock. How am I going to pull myself together for Zumba?" No, it's just like on and on and on and on. And even
Mhm.
when I got there, I was just like, "Come on." And then we started, and the first song, I just like my lungs were on fire. I could barely breathe. My legs were hurting. But same thing, after you get a couple in, then you remember, "Okay, this is how it feels. This is why I'm here. It's so much fun." And then you get into it, and at the end, you're pumped, you're so happy, you're proud of yourself, you're feeling great. At 98% of the time that I have to do a workout, I do not want to do it. Like, when my alarm goes off, it is a
Yep.
battle to get up and do it. Like I told you, and I've kind of hinted at it here and there, but I haven't actually, like, posted full on about it. But I am Hannah's so proud and excited, I'm starting to run. And
I'm so proud.
I'm gonna try and do a 5K in October, and I probably will walk part of it, but whatever. I've walked a 5K years and years and years and years ago. Like, I'm gonna say 11, 12 years ago, a long time ago. I did a 5K, and I was obviously not in good shape at that time, and I thought I was gonna die walking the 5K. So now I'm gonna run one. Maybe, we'll see. But anyway, so I've started training for that, doing my walk run intervals and stuff. And this morning was a 5:30 AM wake up to go do walk run intervals and a jog. And like, I am not kidding, my alarm 5 minutes before my alarm, I was laying there, I'm like, just snooze it. Turn it off. You're tired. You did Zumba last night. Your legs hurt. Nope. No, it's raining. Nope. The alarm went off. Same thing. I laid there. I was like, I don't want to do this. But I forced myself to get up, got changed, put my stuff on, got to the gym at 5:45, started. And the same thing, I started, I'm like, "This is crap. Just stretch, call it a day." But once I got 5, 10 minutes into it and I started to get back into the routine and I had my show on my phone, then you remember, "Okay, I can do this. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this." And I got to the end and I did my longest post jog that I had done, and afterward, like, you just feel so good after. But that
Yep.
initial pushing play is
Ugh,
so hard.
tough.
It's so hard.
It's tough. And let me be clear, like, there are going to be days where you don't. And
And
those are
that's
the
okay.
days where it's okay for you to be like, fuck it. I'm not doing this today. You just know that after 10 minutes, and it's not like it's after 10 minutes, all of a sudden, it's elation. And oh my God, I'm the happiest I've ever been. It's just more like, oh, okay, well, I'll
Can
stay for
do
a while.
this.
It's fine. But there are going to be days where you're like, all right,
Nope,
and
not
it is
today.
9 minutes and 59 seconds. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah,
And that's okay. Cause like some days you
yep,
just have those days. And it's not just exercise. This happens at pottery. I look forward to Tuesdays. I can't wait for Tuesdays because Tuesday nights I get to go to pottery and like zone out for 3 hours. But there are days where you go to pottery and you're like, I don't want to go to pottery. I don't want to go to this. I'd rather just stay home and sit on the couch. I
yeah,
don't want to go do this. And you show up to pottery, which is like your fun time. It's not even exercise that this always happens to, but you show up and you're just like,
life
I just don't
events.
like I don't have
Yeah.
the energy to make anything. I don't want to have to and then you sit
You're not mentally there.
no.
Yeah,
You sit at the wheel and you're just kinda like, "Ugh," and then everybody kinda starts talking and there's some jokes cracked and she makes you tea and then you're kinda like, "Okay, this is actually
okay.
really fun 3 hours, like, I'm glad I went to
Right?
this."
But
But
yeah, there's days when it's just
that's how I
not.
would describe exercise.
Yeah, and there's days when it's just not happening. Like you said, like, there have been days where I've got up and so I'm doing a mix of, like, at the gym in the morning and then home workouts on the days that I'm not running on the treadmill. And there have been days where life is just hard and things are just hard. And I'll go down and that's it. I'll push play and I will tell myself the same thing. Just get over that initial hump. Just get over that initial hump. And I get to that part and I'm just not, it's not happening. So I either will do one of two things. I'll either just keep going and I'll know that, you know what? 80% of a workout is better than 0% of a workout. Was it my best? No. Was it great? No, but it was something, or I'll stop that workout and I'll do something else. I'll do a stretch, I'll do like a walking workout, and I'll just do something that's a little less tedious, but it's still something. And that's okay because
Exactly.
there's days when you're just not there and there's days when you don't have it in you. But I think it's still important. It's important to then find something else to take up that space. So like if you got to pottery and you were like, "You know what? Absolutely screw this." Then go still do something good for yourself, for your mind, for your body, for your soul, whatever. But
Even
there's
if that
days when you're going to say, "I can't."
Even if that is just, okay, stay home and watch a movie that night then.
Yeah.
Like, if that's genuinely what you wanna do, like, there are definitely been days where I'm like, "I don't wanna go, I'd rather sit and play video games, like, I'd rather play with the boys," and some days you actually need to just give in and do that, like, your
Be
body is
mindless.
exhausted. Yeah, you need to just not be thinking. But that's what it's like for exercise, so I did feel bad for this person. I said, "This is the problem we all face," and I'm speaking from personal experience literally right now. But
Hmm.
the problem we all face is it's very easy to sit and on paper say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the gym these 3 days. I'm going to go at this time. I'm going to do this workout and it's going to be good. That doesn't factor into, oh, well, I worked really late the night before, or I just had a shitty day at work and I'm in a really shitty mood, or I woke up and it's pissing rain out and I don't really want to go to the gym in the morning. So maybe I missed that day. And what happens is because you wrote it down, you start to then look at this calendar and go, I'm not doing anything I said I was going to do. Look at my failures looking back at me. And so then you start to fall into the, well, what's the point of going then? I didn't do it on Monday and now it's Wednesday. What's the point? Or you look at it and go, well, I'll go Sunday, I guess. And then Sunday comes and you
Another
don't
day.
go, right? And so I'm not saying don't write it down. I think you should have a plan. Like every week I sit down and I plan, this is when I'm going to walk and this is when I'm going to the gym and this is when I'm going to fit a run in. And there are days where that just doesn't happen. But I no longer take it personally because I've been through this before. But when I when I did have a big calendar and you all saw it because I posted it on social, I had a big wall-sized calendar. I was using the
Doing
hashtag
all the things.
Yep, I was using the
Yeah.
hashtag road to the castle because I was prepping to get to Disney, to run in Epcot, and I had this, like, floor to ceiling calendar, and every month I was doing a race, and my parents had thoughts on that and got in a big fight with them about doing too much. Having to take that off the wall, like, emotionally was really hard,
Yeah.
and, like, it fucking sucked taking that off the
You feel
wall,
like a
and
failure.
yeah, and then even now when all those memories come up on my Facebook and my Instagram, because this time last year I was running my second 10K, when everything comes up, all my planning, my calendars, everything, and I go, I haven't done anything in months. Like it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't write it down, but like you have to find a way that this doesn't eat away at you or
Yeah. It's not
destroy
set in
your pro.
stone. It's not
No,
set in stone. It's an
it
like,
has.
it has to be, I think, like, making a plan is easy. Like I said, like, writing a plan is easy. I can write this 5K plan as
Mhm.
easy, like, no problem.
Oh, it's
But
amazing. It's on paper. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be great.
yeah, but I think it almost has to be not like in an ideal pie in the sky kind of world, but knowing that it's okay if things change and that life happens and that it doesn't have to be set in stone. And I think for me, like what I'm trying to do is so I've got this 5K goal in October, but now it actually turns out that the day that the 5K takes place is right after I would be coming home from a work conference. So number 1, depending on travel and delays, I might not even make it home in time for the 5K, or I'll be at the conference, which we know anyone who's done conferences for work, you know that it's a shit show and it's exhausting and
Oh,
it's
it's
yeah. So not
exhausting.
ideal to be at a conference for 5 days and then come home the next day and run a 5K at 8 in the morning. So I'm prefacing this to myself by saying, "Okay, yes, my goal is to do this 5K, but life might happen and other things might come into play." So I'm gonna set myself these small training goals every week leading up into the 5K. And if I can do the 5K and I can run it, amazing. If I can't, that's okay too, because at least I got extra exercise in, I started running, I started a new mindset. Like, there's all these other wins along the way that just because you don't make it to that final end goal or whatever it might be, it's not a failure. You still did good things along the way. So I think like breaking your big goals down into smaller steps, I think is important because then maybe yeah, you didn't get to the 5th step, but look at the 3 that you did that you wouldn't have done before.
And so my therapist does a good job of explaining this. So one of the things that I'm working on is donating blood. I have a I have a massive fear of fainting. I don't even have a fear of blood, which is hilarious. I have a fear of fainting. And
Yep.
so I am convinced I'm going to faint when I donate blood. Like that's just what's going to happen and I don't want to go. And so we were talking recently about like I'm going in May, I've booked the appointment, blah blah blah. And I said something along the lines of like if I donate blood and don't faint, that's going to be the success. And she was like, "No, that's not. The success is literally just you going.
Yeah,
Whatever the outcome is, it
that's
doesn't
separate.
matter. The
Yeah,
success is that you went." And so she was kind of reframing like the success is not that you didn't feel anxious or that you didn't panic or that you didn't faint in whatever situation you're trying to deal with. It's that you just did the thing. And success is doing it and moving on.
yeah,
And so it's been kind of a good reframing of like success is not everything went perfect and I felt amazing and it was great.
because
Success
that's
is
not real life.
despite how it feels
Yeah,
and despite what's going on, I did what I set out to do and that's the success.
yeah, because
And so that was
that's
really
not
powerful.
it's not real life, and I think, like, that ties really well back into, like, when we've talked about, like, our goals in terms of, like, weight loss, for example, and how I had this weird goal in my head, and I know we've talked about this, about, like, this magic number that pops in your head of, "This is where I need to be at this time, and this is how much weight I need to have lost at this time." And reframing it to that, number 1, no, you don't have there is no set number, set goal, set anything, but
Correct.
reframing it into the journey along the way and the steps along the way and not having success be measured on, "Well, I didn't lose X number of pounds by 12 months." No, but you did this and this and this and this and this, and you're on the path to getting there. It may be a little bit more twisted than you thought, or you may go around a couple extra little bumps than you thought, but it's not a failure just because things didn't go 100% the way you planned them in your head. Because number one, you've never been on this journey before. So you don't know what it's supposed to look like. So you can't say definitively, this is what I need it to be because you don't know. And because it's just not realistic. And real life happens, shit happens, stuff throws you off track. And what's more important is how you handle that and how you move through that than looking at things as a failure.
Exactly. And so I think that's the I mean, you've heard us say it before, but we'll just repeat it again. You're never gonna wake up and feel like, "I feel amazing," and
Did it?
now there was, like, a day or 2 where maybe there was a day or 2 where I was like, "I'm so fucking jazzed to run." Like, there just was. There were days and I was like, "Fuck yeah." But more often than not, the thing I kept coming back to in the year before I fucking fell off the wagon from running it was just discipline. Um, I knew I had to run, but I wasn't saying, "Okay, so every morning we have to be up at 5 a.m. and out the door at 5:30 to go for a run." Like, it was very much just run sometime today. So whether that was, I feel kinda good in the morning, I'm gonna go now, or it was, it's 12:30, I'm stopping for lunch, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go for a run, I have 2 hours before my next meeting, or it
Yeah.
was like, "It's 6:30, you better get your shoes on and go
You
because you
better
said
go.
today you were gonna run."
Yep.
It was just the discipline of, I just had a day and that was the day that I was going to run, and I never really set a time, and so it's gonna be discipline. It is unfortunately going to be you dragging yourself to the gym or to outside more
Yep.
often than not, but you have to give it at least 10 minutes before you quit, and then you just have to understand that, like, you do feel better after. There is that surge of endorphins, you do feel really good. I know there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, I have to exercise first thing in the morning, like, I can't do it after work," or blah, blah, blah. Like, don't be so rigid until you know what works for you. I felt the same way that, like, "Oh, well, I must have to do it before work, that because after work, you'll just be tired, and that's not the right time," but you have to find your right time because for me, what actually works is lunchtime. I am not gonna be getting up at 5 a.m. Like, it just does not work for me to get up, have to roll out of bed early, have to give myself the energy to get up and drive and go, like, I know that I need to be kind of functioning before I'm ready to then go work out or do something. I also know that I'm not gonna work out at 10 p.m. at night because after I work out, I am full of energy. Like, I could come
Oh,
home from a run or the
that's
gym
the
and be like,
worst after Zumba. I get home at 8 and I'm
"You're
like,
in the shower,"
"Yeah."
right?
Yeah,
Like,
and
I
then
feel
I'm
like,
supposed to go to bed at 9 and I'm just sitting
right?
there and I'm, like, jumping on the couch. Yeah,
Yeah, so I can't do, like,
yeah.
8 p.m. workout
No,
classes because 'cause I'll wanna come home and repaint the house. Like, I am just full of energy, and I've tried to tell some people, like, it should kinda make you feel energized. I had somebody,
the
a
endorphins are
friend
flowing.
that I know who's not bariatric, but she said something like, "Well, I can't no, I don't have energy after I'm exhausted, after I'm tired." And I was like, y maybe, some people are. I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but
No,
I was like, I'd also maybe
I get the
just
endorphins going and I feel great.
ask.
Yeah, no, I feel great after and yeah,
Yeah,
like,
because I was like, "I don't feel
energized.
tired, I don't need a nap," now again, if you're doing, like, I'm not talking about if you're doing, like, a very hardcore, like, I just ran 15 kilometers, yeah, you probably
You
need a
probably
bit of
need
a
a
rest.
break.
But if you're just doing a 45-minute, 50-minute workout class, um, and you need to come home and sleep for 3 hours after it, I'm not a medical expert, I would maybe talk to a doctor about that because typically what I've experienced is after workout, I am more clear, I'm more awake, I have more energy, at least for the few hours after the workout. Sure, maybe around 5 or 6 PM, I'm like, "Oh my god,
Crash. I'm done.
I'm so
Yeah.
tired." But this person was mentioning that it was almost instantaneously
Oh, that
after
doesn't seem
they were
normal.
feeling exhausted and tired and sleepy because they made a comment like, "No, I couldn't go with you in the morning to work out because then I'd
Oh.
be exhausted for
I'm
the rest of the
tired, like,
day."
immediately like, I finished Zumba is much my example because I was there last night. Like, I do Zumba, I'm immediately tired after for, like, 5 minutes till I catch my breath and I regulate again, but then it's like, "Okay, let's go. We worked out, we're ready,
Yes.
I do this," and then, yeah, then it's 8 o'clock and I get home, and everyone else in the house is either in bed or winding down, and I'm like, "Okay, let's do dishes, I'll clean the kitchen, I'll do this, I'll collect the garbage," but I'm supposed to be winding down for bed. And then it's the opposite. And I mean, like, yeah, like my 5:30 workout this morning, I came home from that. I was ready. I got in the shower. I was awake. I'm like, let's go. Let's have the coffee, get ready for school. And then, yeah, by 3 o'clock, I was like, oh, dear Lord, I've been up since
Normal
5:30.
though. Like,
Yeah,
that is you've
but
been
to
up since
crash
5:30.
right after, no, like, the
No.
endorphins should be flowing, and you should be feeling great and
Yeah.
proud and happy and
And I made a comment to her just saying, like, one thing that I try to do, and you do it too, because 'cause we've talked about this, is I
yep,
try to get the protein in immediately after.
yeah,
So there is that, like, where you're peeling yourself off the bike or the floor for whatever workout
yep,
you're doing. Because I did when I tell you the one that I did on the weekend where I was like, "So this is where Hannah dies."
yep,
When you peel yourself out of
yep,
that initial exhaustion, they say 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes to replenish yourself. So my
yep.
question to her too was,
Are
and
you
you know her,
eating?
we worked at Vidyard with her. Yeah, but I said, like, "Are you eating after? Like, actually eating? Or are you grabbing a coffee?" And then because I used to do this. I would get up, I would walk the dog, around 9:30, I would go for a run, and sometimes that was 2K, sometimes it was 8, and then I'd come home and have a coffee and be like, "Let's work for 4 hours," or I would clean the house or go
Yeah,
and then it
no
catches up
fuel,
with you and you're like,
no fuel.
"Oh, I didn't fuel." And so I said to her, like, "Are you eating a big meal after working out? Like, are you pumping up
Are
the
you
protein
yeah,
and the
fueling
carbs?"
everything you just took out of your body.
Because, like, you should be tired, but not to the point where you're like, "I can't work out in the mornings, I will sleep for the rest of
No,
the
it's not
day."
supposed to
Um,
deplete you, it's supposed to energize you. Like, it's supposed to get your blood flowing and your endorphins like, it's
your
supposed to
mind clear.
invigorate yourself
Yeah,
and get things it's supposed to get your systems running. It's not supposed to turn your systems off. But, yeah, you need
exactly.
to eat. Like, I get home like, this morning, I got home from the gym. Now, I will say, I'm not great. I've gotten no I've gotten not great at eating enough after a workout. I used to be really good about it. Um, but when I come home, like this morning, I came home from the gym and as I was like going up to get my towels and stuff to have my shower, I started and I started making these really, really, really yummy protein balls. Now, I
Ooh,
haven't tracked them. Like I haven't figured out the macros, so I don't know what they are, but I can tell you they are amazing, and I need to figure out the macros for them. But anyway, like I came home from doing my running at the gym, came home, grabbed 2 of those, popped 2 protein balls on my way to the shower because I was starving, but I needed to get in the shower for timing. So I thought, "Okay, I'm gonna at least have 2 protein
yeah.
balls, get something in there, hop in the shower, and then I'll have my yogurt and berries or whatever." But no, protein balls, I will send, I
Yeah,
will
are
send
these
you
the,
the
like,
recipe.
ones
They're
with oats and
Yes. So the
yeah,
actual recipe, I double them because my Devin and the kids are when I say they're annihilating these, that's putting it mildly. The recipe is 1 cup of oats, half a cup of chocolate protein powder, half a cup of peanut butter. We use all natural peanut butter, a quarter cup to a third cup of pure maple syrup, depending on the sweetness you like, and then milk or water. I add high protein milk, that's just what we drink in our house, and then if you want,
yep,
you can
same.
add some mini chocolate chips, and then you just mix
Who's
it
to
all
say it has
together,
milk?
roll it so it says water or milk just because it gets a little depending on your protein powder, it gets a little dry. So,
Interest
I add, the high protein milk just to soften it up a little bit and then roll
I
it
get
into
that.
balls and pop it in the fridge. When I tell you these, like, mind-blowingly delicious, so easy, the kids devour them. Devin is devouring them. So they're just like a good little snack to have in the fridge because the kids feel like they're getting something sweet, but it's still got some healthy stuff in it. So yeah, I don't know what the macros and stuff are on them,
I
but
used to make
they're so good. They're so good.
I used to make a version of this because my nutritionist at the time was giving me mega shit, as she should, where she was like, "You need to start eating something before you run." And I was like, "I'm gonna be very honest with you. When I eat before working out, I get heartburn so bad that I
Oh, I
thought it was
get
a
cramp. Yeah,
I
yeah, I
literally
get
thought
cramps.
the indigestion was a heart attack."
Yep.
And so she was like, "You need to have something." So we tried juice. No, juice gives me the worst acid reflux I've ever felt.
Yeah.
I can't eat because, again, our stomachs don't doesn't go anywhere. So it's
Yep.
just like when
I
you're running,
cramp. Yeah.
tried a banana, couldn't do a banana, so she said, "Well, why don't you make some of these protein balls and you could at least eat that?" So this one was mini chocolate chips, which, like, at that point, I was like, "I don't give a fuck. I need the sugar
But I
for
put in
running,
these.
throw it in."
Yeah.
Oats,
Yeah.
chia seeds, flax seeds, unsweetened coconut so that you got a little bit of, like, the healthy fats that you needed because there was no fat in this one, which was interesting. Peanut
Hmm.
butter powder,
Yep.
like the PB2 peanut butter powder, so that's why there was really low fat in it because there wasn't real peanut butter, and then honey and salt, and, like, that was kind of it. We would, like, mix it all together. I was but I was obsessed with these. Like, I would
Ate
take
one of them before I went running this morning and the other morning too, because I
you
woke up at yeah, I woke up at 5:30 and I'm hungry, but I'm not a big breakfast eater, and if I eat
you need
before I
fuel.
work out yeah, if I eat before I work out, I cramp really bad, but I
Mhm.
also don't wanna go to the gym and do walk, run, jog intervals with nothing in my
Nope,
system.
nope.
So, the last 2 times I've gone to the gym for that, I've popped one of these before, and it's just enough, I find, with the fat, the carbs, the sugar like, it's just enough to coast me through, and then when I get home, I can have my breakfast. But
Yep.
honestly, these are I did add the last batch I made, I didn't have enough peanut butter in the fridge, so I did use some PB2 powder and then added extra milk to make up for the peanut butter, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad,
Nice.
but yeah, honestly, these are so flippin' delicious. I found the recipe a week ago, and I've already made it 3 times, and I made double batches every time.
Yeah, I used to make double batches, and then, like, the stickiness thing was a real problem, so I'd have to, like, coat my hands to,
Oh,
like,
I'm, like,
roll, and
covered in peanut butter when I'm done rolling them.
yeah. I would freeze them
Yeah,
and
they're
keep
super
them in the freezer because they were just so good straight into the
yeah.
freezer.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I would gnaw on a frozen
My
one
gosh,
after
these are my
summer,
new
like, "Ah, rah, rah, rah."
like I
Like,
said, I don't know the macros and stuff on them, so I haven't been tracking them, but it's not like I'm eating 5 of them a day.
this was my
But
only issue.
these are my new obsession.
I love them to an unhealthy point of being obsessed with them, and I was like, "Oh, man," because like, these were my go-to. Like, I would just reach my little hand in and be like, "Need a little treat? Have a little protein ball. Whoop, whoop,
And
whoop."
then, like, 6
And
later, you're like, "Oh, shit."
then I started tracking the macros on them because I too was like, "They can't be that bad."
Oh, they're not great.
And I
They're not
started trying,
great.
I was like, "Oh, no.
Yeah.
No." Like,
No.
it broke my heart when I started tracking them because I was like, "Well," because I used to eat, like, I used to make batches to the point where I would bring my parents tubs of these
My
protein balls
god.
because my dad loved them for golf. He was so they were called the No Bake Energy Bites from
Yeah.
the website Gimme More.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not terrible. I think at the time, this was back before I was, like, even close to the calorie range I'm at now. This was, like,
Okay.
baby
Yeah, yeah.
bariatric Hannah.
Baby tummy.
So 1 or
Yeah.
per serving, which I think is 1,
Yeah.
was, like, 96 calories.
Okay, that's not bad,
Not
though.
not
Like, if you're having
terrible.
2 a day, like, Devin yesterday, I said something about, "Oh, I really want a protein ball." He's like, "Have one." And I said, "No, I had 2 today." Like,
Yeah,
that's more than enough. And he was like, "Oh,
yeah,
I've had 5." I'm like, "I know, I've watched you reach into the container multiple times to have them." I'm
yeah.
like, "No," but I said, I'm like, "My max is 2 a day." Like, that no,
It
because I
has to.
don't
And I would do the
yeah,
same. My max was
yeah.
always 2 a day. Um
They're so
Mainly because, like, the sugar in mine is a bit higher than the sugar in yours because mine actually had, like, honey and I used the actual chocolate chips in it. So the sugar was closer to for 214, which is not crazy high over my
yeah,
10 rule. The only thing here is that these were not protein. These were not
right.
protein. Like, there was 2 grams of protein per ball, which truthfully, the ball was the size of a loonie, so it's actually quite decent
Yeah.
protein
I mean,
that you
you
are.
can only cram so
I
much
could
into a small
probably
little ball.
I could probably add protein powder to this and, like, knock it the frig up, but then I'd also be knocking them calories up too, but, like,
Exactly.
I'm
But
sure
if
if I
you're running, that's the thing, right? Like,
let's
we're
add
also talking about exercise. So, if you're running, you've got a little bit more now we've talked, we don't take our exercise calories and add them to our day. Um, but if you're running, you've got a little bit more leeway in terms of having a little bit more of this or a little bit more of that than if you're just sitting on your butt doing
and it
nothing,
does okay, so it doesn't
right?
add much if I added 1 scoop of protein powder,
Yeah,
but then also doesn't influence the protein enough to be adding it.
gotcha.
So, if I add a scoop of protein powder, because this I don't know about yours, but this makes 22 balls.
Well, mine does
It
not make that many. No.
Oh, okay, so this recipe I have makes 22 balls. Maybe I should make them bigger so that I'm getting a little bit more protein out of them,
I would
but
say
if I add the protein, it goes to 100 calories.
these ones are probably, like, not the size of a golf ball. Like, you know the little mini rubber bouncy balls that you used to have?
Yeah,
I
so,
would
like
say in between that and a golf ball. Like, they're not huge. Like, in between yeah, in between a little bouncy ball and a golf ball, like, somewhere in between there. Like, I have 2 and I'm satiated. between the peanut butter and the protein powder and the protein milk. I have
Okay.
2 of them and I'm good. So I
Okay.
don't I just I eyeball them. I don't know. I made them mainly for Devin and the girls, and then I tried one and I was like, "Well, shit, this is
I know they're
good."
so good, and, like, if I just don't treat them as, like, "This is gonna be a huge source of protein," like, it's not, but
No, it's a treat
it's
that you don't
filling.
feel super bad about having because it's got healthy fats, it's got some protein, it's got some dairy and calcium and yada yada. But again, and I like you're not eating 5, you're having 1 or 2. And after the gym or before the gym, like I said, we're also talking about like running and working out versus I'm going to sit on my butt all day and eat a bunch of protein balls that are full of peanut butter. So again, like we say, things in moderation within context, da da da. But these are flippin' fantastic. They are absolutely delicious. The kids are loving them, which I'm cool with them having that for a snack, way better than chips or cookies or whatever. And they've been really great for me to pop one before I go do my run. Gives me just that little bit that I need, and then I have them in the fridge. But I
Yeah.
think, yeah, like I think it comes down to like we were just talking about, like in general, just we've talked about this so many times before, but just going easy on yourself, realizing that life and shit happens, setting realistic goals for yourself, and being okay if things go a little bit awry, and being okay with
Correct.
having to switch things up and having to listen, give yourself a break sometimes. And it's not so much about that things didn't go the way you thought they would, it's how did you handle that situation and
Exactly.
how did you turn it around or how did you put a positive spin on it? Because like Hannah and I have said, we're both so exhausted and we have not been the best bariatric patients in general
No.
and in specific areas. I can tell you my hydration crap right now. Absolute
Mhm.
crap.
I
Which it shouldn't
as
be
I said
because right? I have amped my workouts back up again. My hydration should be significantly higher than it is.
I've never been one that craves drinking, like,
Me neither.
I like water, I don't like anything else. I've been really trying to make stuff that I'm gonna crave and want to drink,
Yeah.
but I don't.
It's no. I've
It's
been
not like, getting
dropping
2
the ball.
liters, I will say, is tough, like, that's a challenge for me.
Even like my whole workout today at my whole walk, run, and then jog, I didn't drink the entire time. I didn't have a sip of anything the entire time. And
Okay.
then afterwards, yeah, afterwards looked at my Stanley and went, "Oh, well, shit, you didn't even open that."
Oof.
Right? So my hydration has been horrendous and I will admit it, but I'm owning it. I'm admitting it. It's not gonna stress me out. I'm just gonna make conscious effort to dial it back up again and shit happens. It
Shit
is
does
I'm not
happen,
gonna beat
it's
myself
totally
up.
fine.
Yeah.
Nope, totally, totally okay. And I mean, I'm one for not following the rules. I'm gonna call it like I've been on vacation for a few months from bariatrics
I've been
because
on bariatric vacay.
yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't been tracking what I eat. I haven't been exercising. I have just not because I just kind of hit a wall with being sick and not knowing what it
Yeah.
was and trying to figure
And
it
we're
out.
just
I just was like,
tired. We're
I was just
tired.
angry about the whole thing. I didn't feel like myself. My blood sugar was all over and blah blah blah. And I was made. Listen, it is excuses. Okay, it is excuses that I made.
But
But I
shit
just
happened.
genuinely the winter
Shit,
sucked and I
yeah,
felt like shit.
shit
Shit
happened.
happened, and I let the eating and the lack of exercise get way more out of control than it should have, and had a very humbling conversation with the doctor about, "Hey, have you
What's the
seen your weight?"
dealio?
And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, we're keeping an eye on it." I said, "I am aware of
Yep.
it." And he said, "Okay, just, we had a rule, you and I, that if we get to a certain amount, like,
Do
we're
something
going
about it.
to do something, and that something is a GLP-1, and you kinda will have no option at that point, right? Like, I'll always have an option, but basically him and I
Yeah.
pre-surgery, we made a rule that if I
This is
ever
the deal.
started weighing in at X amount of weight or more, we pull the fucking trigger and go on a GLP-1 and we get on top of it. So, we're not having that conversation, but he's having a conversation about, "Mhm." And I'm like,
Mm.
I know."
Thanks, tips.
Like,
Thanks,
it's
tips.
very like, "Thank you, I don't," like, I know, and
You
he's
don't
just
gotta rub it in.
being good about it, but I'm now, like, very strictly back on my diet, very strictly back on working out. It sucks because You took a vacation and your body wants to stay on vacation. My body's very much like, "Nah, bitch, go eat carbs and sugar and don't
Right?
work." Yeah, like, so it is like I'm fighting against the
Everything.
old lifestyle where it's like,
Yeah.
"I don't wanna do any of this, though. I don't want to do," like, "I'm tired, and I hate this," and it's
Mhm.
like, "Oh my god, I used to walk, like, 8 times a day and then run in between and do it," like so I am dealing with my consequences. These are the consequences of my actions, and it sucks, and it's not easy to get back on track, but
But
I'm starting slow. Everything is getting tracked, meticulously tracked. I am coming in where I need to come in calorie-wise. That's great. It's not feeling like a monumental effort to do that either. So luckily I'm not like I'm starving every day. How am I going to hit the
right?
like no, I'm back on my calorie goal. I'm hitting my calorie and protein goal. I'm a little hungry some days, but also that's because I'm increasing my exercise at the same time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm walking 5K a day minimum. I'm going to the gym 3 days a week to do a fitness class, and I'm also running on top of all of that. That's more than I'd ever advise anybody else to do, but it's because I know where my body can function. And truthfully, I'm doing it as a bit of a penance to be like,
You
bitch,
can
you put yourself in this situation, like so this is
time to
kind of
fix
me
it.
this is me making myself suffer a little bit for the really shitty choices that I have made to put me into this situation, so it's a little bit of self-loathing and anger that's like, "Nope, this workout schedule is a lot, and it's gonna make you tired, and you're gonna hate it, but you're gonna do it, and then you're
Right?
not falling off the wagon again, right?" And it's like,
Yep.
"Yes, I'm not gonna do this again, thank you,
Yeah.
because 'cause I'm not doing this all over again, I'm not clawing my way back, I'm not." No. So I'm confident all the changes will be enough to get me back on
I
track and
think
back where I need to be.
100%. You know what to do. You've done it before. It's
Yeah, I
not
just
anything new. It's just getting back in the habit. You know what but
yes,
you've done it before. You know you can do it. So that's not the hard
exactly.
the hard part is just building it back into your routine and your habit.
Getting it back into my routine, right? And we're not we're not anywhere near where I need to be like, "Oh, no, my god, how did this happen?"
Right?
But,
Yeah.
I don't wanna be having conversations about, "Just remember, if we do get to," and it's like, "I know thank you," because now I feel like that number is just standing in the corner. You know that meme where,
Staring
like,
at you.
in the corner
Yeah.
you know that age meme where it's like
Yep.
30 and then it's like 40's hiding around the
Right
corner?
there. Just yeah.
And, like, that's how I feel now that he mentioned it, where I was like, "What the fuck do you" like, it's not like that's coming up, like, why are
Right?
you bringing this up? It's not like it's around the corner, like, it just was enough for me to be like, "No, no, 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 why
Yeah.
we're not having this conversation right now, what the fuck are you
Yep.
talking
It
about?"
was just the little the push that you
But
needed.
it was enough. It was
Right?
enough to be like,
And
"I'm
sometimes,
sorry,
yeah, that's all you need.
I'm sorry,
You just need a
what
little,
are we
like
talking about?"
yeah, you just need a little come to Jesus moment, and it's different for everybody, and for
Yeah,
some people, it takes more than others, but
yes.
yeah, you got
Yeah,
this. You know
it's
what to do. You got it.
getting the exercise back on track,
Yep.
getting the eating back on track, tracking everything that's going in and out, like,
Yeah,
honest if you can hit your calorie deficit, you're gonna be
you're good.
fine. So,
You got it. You
and
got it.
we are hitting that, so it's good. But yes, I can understand, like, make the decision early so that you're not forced to make the
Mhm.
decision, um,
Totally.
but also it's gonna be discipline. So, is this easy? Nope.
No.
Did I do this to myself? Yep, and it is honestly going to be pay for those consequences because my
Yeah,
body is very much like, "But
but
I don't
but
wanna work
can
out."
you right? But
Yeah.
can you get it back where it needs to be? 100%.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's stupid decisions that led to this, and so stupid decisions can be overturned. It's just once you get there, just remember your body wants to stay there and not go back. So it
Yeah.
will fight you every step of the way. It'll be like, "No, but we were having sugar and we were eating
Shit.
shit. Like, bring back the shit." And it's like, "No, I'm not bringing back the shit. Like, fuck off." So like, it might seem like it's not much now, but like we say, it adds up quickly, and then it's you having to then undo all of
Yeah.
that,
It's
and
better to get ahead.
it's not just undoing the eating, right? It's now undoing your body fighting to keep eating like that. It
Yeah.
mentally wants to stay there, so
Yeah.
it'll try to convince you that, like, "But you're so tired right now, and you should go have that thing to eat," or "Everybody else was eating it," or "I'm sure that it's fine because now you're walking again," and it's like, "Oh, hi, you're back. No,
No.
goodbye."
Peace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only
The
difference
sooner
between
because
now and before, we have training.
you know. You know what to do, you know the steps, and the fact that you can say, like, "I've done this successfully, I can do it again," versus having to start from total scratch or not knowing what to do or not thinking you can do it because you know. And so that's just like getting ahead of it as early as you can, um, is the big thing, like you said, and then just reminding yourself that you've done it before. You can do it again.
Exactly, exactly. Um, exactly. So, it's been we'll talk about it in the next episode that we do in 2 weeks, guys, but it's been rough, because I mean, I did this to myself, so I have no excuses and no one to blame, but I am angry at myself
Yeah,
because I'm
for
like,
sure.
I see my memories from last year and I go, "Mhm,
Yep. I miss
mhm," and,
her.
like, I haven't yeah, I miss her.
I
I
miss her.
haven't, like, my clothes still fit. I haven't had to change my clothes, but I will admit that some of the items I bought last summer are tighter than I'd like them to be, and I probably won't be wearing those outfits because they don't look as good. Um, and that's concerning because I was down to, like, a size 8, 10, and now I'd say I'm closer to an 11, and that's a little concerning. I'm not a 12, that stuff still isn't fitting properly, and the 10s fit, but some of my 10s, they're a
Yeah.
little tighter than they should be. So
But
that was my wake
you're getting on it now before it
Mhm,
gets out of
mhm.
control, and that's the key thing.
Yeah, and that's, like so I know there's gonna be people going, "Oh my god, Hannah, shut the fuck up." But this is what it's like after bariatric surgery, right? Like,
Yeah.
when we were obese, I would blink and go from a 16 to a 22 and be like, "Oh,
Nah, it's
I guess I'm
fine.
a 22 now."
Yeah.
But when you're bariatric and you go from, like, having a pair of I think they were more like a 9-10 jean that I had, and you go to pull them on and you go, I'm sorry, what
Boy.
the fuck? Like, these fit what the fuck? And then you're like, "Am I a 10, 11 now?" Like, that is equivalent to, did I just go from 16 to
Yeah.
24?
Going from an 8 to a 10 or a medium to a large is, like is terrifying for a bariatric
I have
mind.
smalls
Yeah.
that I'm like, I look fat in these. And not because they don't like, do they fit? Yes. But remember when we were early in the podcast and we would say just because it fits, but it doesn't look
Doesn't
good,
mean yeah.
yeah. Like when I was fat and I would try to buy smaller clothes just because they happened to fit so I could be like, smaller clothing. So
Did it.
I tried something on and I was like, my God, I'm fat and this small. Like I look like I'm trying to cram myself into something that does not fit. And I was like, it was kind of small to begin with, but I bought it anyway because I'm really obsessed with the brand. And I was
Yeah.
like, what?
I really want
I'll
this
just
to work.
I'll just lose more weight.
Right.
But
One day it'll fit.
now I put it on and I go, oh, you've got to be.
Oh, snap.
So I
Yeah.
no, that was the wake up call. I was like, I come fucking hell or high water, I will not be going to a large. I can tell you right fucking now. So no, I'm cutting it off at the knees. And not that I'm not shaming anybody. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I have a bunch of clothes that are small and I have a bunch that are medium, because it depends
Yeah.
on the brand.
Yeah.
I'm not buying larges, okay? I'm not doing that. We will fix this fucking problem before that becomes an issue, and if that means GLP-1s to do whatever needs to be done, so be it, but I am really sticking back to my diet again, and the only reason that I can say that I can do it is because of the training and the 2 years of
Yeah.
practice I if I had
Yeah.
not had that practice and I didn't have
Gosh, no.
bariatric surgery, no, we would be spiraling straight back to 325 pounds. But because I'm being so anal about it and I'm being maybe a little too critical of myself about it, but I'm being really hyper aware, I'm back on like meal prepping, paying attention to things, saying no to things. Like I just got a little too lenient. And I started to slip into not eating during the day, skipping breakfast, eating too many protein snacks, it all caught up, into bad habits.
But now but now it's but now, like I said, you've owned it, you're taking accountability for it, you know what to do, and you're not gonna beat yourself up about it anymore because it is what it is.
No.
We're
It is what it
starting
is,
we're starting a
starting
new
over.
page. We're starting again. Today is a
Yep,
fresh slate, it's a new start. What happened yesterday and
fresh slate.
onward yeah, what happened yesterday and onward, you can't change it anyway. Move on, close the door, old book, put it away, and
And
today
I've
is a
still,
fresh
like
page.
I've still lost an incredible amount of weight. There's
Yeah,
like a
dude.
size 10 or a size
Yeah.
11, sorry, is nothing to be ashamed about.
No.
There was a world where I
Yeah.
was a size 22, 24, wishing I could cut that in half, like wishing I could be a size
Right.
10. So there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with the
No.
fact that if none of this works and I can no longer fit into a size 8,
You
okay,
still did a shit ton of amazing work. And like I
so be
said,
it,
new
right?
page, new book,
Yeah.
new page.
So next podcast episode, I will start documenting my regain journey
Journey.
and how I'm going about
It's not a
fucking
regain, it's
losing.
re-lose because gaining is
Re-lose,
in the
thank you.
past. Gaining happened, it's
Yes.
done, you gained, move on. Now you're losing, you're
Yeah.
going the other
And that
way.
that shit fucking happens, it happens. So I will document what it's like, my struggles, my challenges. It obviously won't happen as fast as bariatric surgery, but that
Yeah,
has nothing to do with the regain. That's just that I'm 3 years post-op. So
right.
all weight loss stops after the
Your
first
body
year and
metabolism is
slows.
back to
Yeah.
normal people
But the
function.
best part is your body is used to weight loss, so now
Yeah,
it's
it knows what to do.
preconditioned. Mhm. So,
Yep,
we'll chat about it more in our next episode. If you guys have tips and tricks for me, if any of you listeners have been through this, and wanna share some ideas or things that helped, that would be great. Also, any GLP-1 users that wanna pump it up, make me feel better about taking it. I just have an immense fear that it's going to make me crazy. Like, legitimately, I feel like if I take it, I'll get every single side effect that's listed. So I just need to hear some positive stories about how you were fine.
how you're gonna be fine. You
So,
might shit your
um,
pants once or
yeah,
twice and then you'll be
terrible.
fine.
Who
You got it.
hasn't shit their pants once in their life? It's fine. Thanks for joining me, Steph. Like always, it's just
Thank
incredible to
you.
chat with you. And thanks for coming along, listeners. Let's do this journey together. I'll chat more about this in our next episode.
Love
Episode
it.
52, our big old 1 year of
Crazy.
episodes.
Amazing.
I know. I love
Amazing.
it. Okay, have a
Awesome.
good rest of your day, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.